So I just started the session. Welcome to join this session about investments. And what I am going to introduce you is the Invest in Italy initiative and what we do, and the initiative have been set up at least 3 years ago by the Ministry of the Economic Development. So it's a government initiatives, and its aim is to provide facilities just to help investors, foreign investors, to set up their business in Italy. I particularly focus in the real estate and tourism sector. So I'm just try to share with you a presentation, and I will follow the presentation of about 15 slides, and I try to be very quick because we got only 10 minutes. Okay, I hope everybody can see the presentation. Just if anybody can just give me a feedback about that. Okay, yes, thank you. So this is the full screen. Okay, what I will talk about is what is Invest in Italy, what the service we provided, which are the partners of these initiatives, and then we focus on the product that we offer to foreign investor, the building product and the corporate product. So as I just told you, Invest in Italy is a government initiatives, and which is composed by two public entities. The first one is Invitalia, which is the company I belong to. Invitalia is a state-owned company who foster economic development in the country, try to facilitate investments in the country. The other public entities who carry on this program is the Italian Trade Agency, which is focused on more about the promotion, and Italian Trade Agency rely also on its network of offices in the world. We try to match foreign demand and domestic supply. The supply of investments opportunities, in a sense, the building products and also the corporate products are mainly public. So we just offer to the market to promote just mainly public assets, but there are also private initiatives that can be also treated with our program. What we do is we just provide two kinds of services. The first one, as I told you, is the service related to the assets. So what we do, we help foreign investors to scout out assets to be transformed into hospitality assets. Or we try to facilitate also the participation to public tender due to the fact that, as I told you, the assets are mainly public. We also provide the investors a networking systems, and we can give access to this network with the relevant real estate stakeholder, public or privates. And we also carry on some territorial or urbanistic due diligence for the asset we promote. Relating the corporate product, what we do is we try to match, we try to scout out partners for the foreign investors who are going to search in Italy partners or financial or operative partners. We also provide to the investments initiatives investment incentives that we will look briefly later. And then we also procure also legal and fiscal and financial professionals, but only when these professionals are indicated by the National Association of Professionists in Italy. Among with services, we, Italian Trade Agency particularly, organize the participation to the main relevant promotional event like NIPIM, IHIF, mRNH, or Expo Real in November, where we usually participate with the Italian stand. So what we do is we organize the area in these events for all the Italian partners who wants to join these fairs. So who are our partners? We are not owners of assets. We just provide the services to facilitate the match between the demand and supply in Italy of investments. So our partners are the owners of these assets that we promote. And among them, there are mainly the public administration, like national, regional, or local public administration, the Italian Public Property Agency, the Ministry of Defense, or some local or development agency. And we also relied on the collaboration of FS Sistemi Urbani, the National Railway Company, and the FS Sistemi Urbani is the vehicle who treat the assets of the group. We also cooperate with the two public contribution real estate funds, the main two, which are the Cassa Depositi e Prestiti or Invimit. Among the National Association, we work with the National Association of Construction Companies, with the National Association of Hospitality Operators in Confindustria Alberghi, or the Association of Industry Finance and Real Estate Service companies, Asso Immobiliare, and other asset management companies. So what we do is mainly, depending on the type of the ownership, we try to present to the foreign investors how to get into the procedures required for the selling or the giving. I mean, it depends on the kind of procedures, because we have public tenders, competitive negotiation, auction, or private negotiation, or project financing initiatives, which they generate the different type of contract that could be ordinary lease, ordinary concession, another kind of concession that in Italy we develop a long lease, or the sale of full ownership, or the transfer of surface right. With our services, just very few words about the website that we use, managed by Italian Trade Agency, actually, which is investinitalyrealestate.com, which is a platform where all the owners download their assets, actually the main significant assets they have that they want to promote to the market. And I would suggest you to have a look on this website, because it is very useful. I mean, it acts like a sort of focal point at national level, because all the assets promoted in these websites belong to different owners, mainly public, mostly public, yes. And it is useful within the websites just to have a look on a sort of guide available for free for everybody in the procedures area, where you can have a look about the main procedures required for this kind of assets. And the document is in English. So the other product that we developed is along with the building product is the corporate product, because the market asks us sometimes to help the investors to scout out potential partners for the investment initiatives. So we have different situation where the foreign owner, the foreign operator asks to meet an Italian operator, an Italian owner, so has to set up a partnership, operative partnership, or financial partnership, financing deals to provide debt or equity to the investment. Among the facilities that we offer, we also support the foreign company to apply for the use to incentive to investments. The main that my company Invitalia provide to the foreign investor is the development contract, which is a sort of incentive to investments that provide a mixture of grants and soft loan for investment at least of 20 million euro. This is the main tools that we manage, dedicated particularly to tourism. It can apply also to different other sectors, but this one for large investments, it can be applied also for tourism investments. The other is the law 181, but it is for smaller investment that can be applied only in areas initially affected by industrial crisis. And so if there are opportunities for the redevelopment of asset or for the launch of this area for the touristic development, can be also be used this other kind of instrument. Now I just want to have a very quick look on 4 investment proposals that I just selected by our website, but actually by our books that we developed, because not all the assets that we treat are published on the website I told you before. I just selected 4 assets that could be interesting because they are, the main interesting at the moment available. So just very quickly, just to give you an idea of the asset that we treat. It's, for example, the former Carrieri Barrack. It's a very interesting asset of about 5,000 square meters in the very center of Syracuse in Sicily, particularly on the island of Ortigia, which is the island of the ancient town of Syracuse. And the owner is the Agenzia del Demanio, so the owner is the Italian state. In this case, there is the possibility to, have more information about the asset. And in this case, the procedures required is to give the administration an interest on the asset, and then the administration will call for a tender open to the market for, in this case, for giving a concession through public tender. This is a redevelopment long lease, so it's a concession where the concessionaire will provide the investment, the capex required for the transformation, and the administration will give a concession that will last maximum 50 years. Another interesting asset I would like you to notice is the Rome to Scolana disused railway yard. This is a greenfield project, actually, that it is on, there is an open tender right now. The deadline for apply for the manifestation of interest for this asset is the next 5 of July. But this first stage is just to select those who will be subsequently admitted to the following phases for the definition and the designing of the project. So in this first stage is just to apply, to manifest the interest to be admitted to the other following stages. It is a greenfield that can give building rights of about 14 square meters for building an hotel in I would say a semi-central area in the southeastern quadrant of Rome, but it's always a very interesting area for certain kind of hotel. Just have a very quick view about Palazzo Carciotti, which is a huge building in Trieste. The ownership is the municipality of Trieste. This is, even though it's public assets can be sold through a direct, a private negotiation. In this case, we also have the information about the cost. It's about 14 million euro and can be the 13 square meters can be shared between different users like residential, office, hotel, retail, etc. Just have a look very quick about the last, sorry, I tried to go back. The last asset I would like to show you is the former headquarters of RAI, which is the national broadcast company in Italy, in Turin, and which is actually an interesting asset because it is the only, in a sense, only skyscraper in the town. There is here the administration is willing to sell the asset. And they opened the tender for the auction, but due to the coronavirus, they closed the procedures, and they will open it probably in days, and probably with a deadline in autumn, maybe October, but we are waiting the reopen of the procedures. And it's an interesting asset. You can go to the website and download all the information about also the cadastral and floor, the blueprints available. And there is, the cost is about 7 million euros, and it can be transformed into an hotel and also other uses. And so for those who want to have more information, we are available here. So I just conclude my presentation. I just stop the share of the presentation, and that's it. Thank you for the attention. I don't know